Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and today I wanted to make a little PSA type video. It's going to be pretty damn short, ladies and gentlemen, but I wanted to talk about something that's been sort of hitting me at a personal kind of level, really. I've been sort of browsing the internet, and this sort of thing has been kicking up steadily as time has went on. I think it's safe to say we all know about advertising on the internet, right? We all know about the ads we see, not just on YouTube, but all over the internet. I think it's a fair assumption to make that people use ad block for a variety of reasons, and one of the biggest reasons for that is to actually get rid of the most annoying type of ads available. I think if you say YouTube has the worst type of ads, I don't think you've seen the internet enough, ladies and gentlemen. There's plenty of websites where, well, let's be honest, we go to watch certain television shows we may not have access to in our country, or, you know, any website, so to say, any big website that's out nowadays has come along with a lot of intrusive forms of ads that are coming out with pop-ups and a million types of advertising that'll just completely bottleneck the shit out of your web browser and give you a horrible browsing experience. Some of them are even downright malicious. So I think it's fair enough to say that people use ad block more as of a preventative measure from anything really bad happening on their computer, and nobody should really dog them for it. Now, if you've been browsing the internet as of late, I hope you've kind of realized that even those who have not been using ad block have realized that ads have sort of dissipated, at least on the more shadier websites on the internet. Again, websites that I mentioned people use to watch, let's say, television shows that are pretty dubious in nature of how you watch them, right? Let's be fair here. You've noticed that ads have taken a sharp form of decline. And the reason for that is there's something new that's sort of come out, ladies and gentlemen. Not really new, but something that's sort of the next phase of malicious type of advertising. Something that I'll call coin hive or Bitcoin mining through your web browsers. So basically, if you don't know, that a lot of websites that aren't using advertising anymore or have very shady forms of advertising are switching to a new method of raising funds for their website. This is notably Bitcoin mining through web browsing or something simply I'll just dub coin hive. Basically, what's going on is, as you connect to a website, people are using your CPU cycles, your CPU power, without you really knowing most of the time, to mine for Monero, a type of cryptocurrency that later on, of course, will be traded for bitcoins or anything of the sort. It's a fundraising process that I sort of have a pretty moral issue against, and I have it against for a certain number of reasons. There are sites that will tell you that they're using your computer to mine for currencies through your web browsers very explicitly. For example, as far as I know, the Pirate Bay, if you happen to frequent the Bay of Pirates, I'm not going to judge you for it, actively mines your computer as you browse for your torrents, so to speak. There are some torrenting software. There's a lot of third-party software that might say that it's free on the box now, but it'll come with hidden mining software within it. When basically you leave your computer idling, it'll actually mine your computer. It'll turn your computer into a mining system, so to believe. Think of it like a botnet, but you allow them to come onto your computer in the first place. So let's assume you're on a dubious website. The issue that I have against with this, ladies and gentlemen, that I wanted to raise awareness with is a lot of these websites are using 100% of your resources without letting you know, and are essentially turning your computer into a giant bottleneck. It's even worse if you're on a mobile device. If you're allowing CoinHive to run on a mobile device, I don't think iOS really allows it, but I think Android kind of has a laissez-faire attitude towards it. Basically, it's killing your batteries, and it's in a sense killing your CPUs without any benefit towards you. And of course, the issue I have with it is when these sites are using 100% of your resources. It's bad enough if you've got a workstation CPU like I do, where they're using 100% of it if they want to. It's bad enough if you have a standard mid-range entry-level CPU like a lot of people who are browsing the internet on their tablets or baseline computers are doing anyways. You're running into some massive issues where people are basically bottlenecking and destroying and making your CPUs run at full load without you knowing, for their own personal monetary benefit. Now, there are some sites that morally follow this by actually telling you that they're doing it, and they warn you flat out. And if you want to use their website, then you go with it with the knowledge that your computer is being used to mine for cryptocurrency resources. There are some sites that'll tell you, and they will limit their usage to about 20 to 30% of your CPU load upon whatever they consider is reasonable. And that to me is fine. 20 to 30% isn't necessarily as bad as using 100% of your fucking resources without letting you know, and effectively overworking your computer without there even needing a reason to be. Of course, a lot of shadier sites will resolve to this, but I've noticed a lot of mainline free software and a lot of actual software that's coming out for your Android phones that are free now that come with built-in cryptocurrency miners in of itself. I think same thing with iOS miners as well too. They'll release an application for kids specifically, and the kids application will be some generic ass fucking Flash game, and it'll be loaded with some cryptocurrency miner underneath. That is effectively pushing your device to the limit for, again, no need for it to be pushed there. These devices, these CPUs that we end up buying aren't cheap by any means. If anybody should be using these at full load, it should be you, the user. And the only reason I'm making this video is to let you know that I've sort of seen a lot of this shit kick up, and it's sort of driving me a little bit insane. I've noticed that a lot of YouTube side channels are sort of linking out to AdFly or different type of websites to sort of raise some funds in that way, shape, or form throughout the end, basically being deceptive to the end user. And again, I care about your guys' fucking computers. I care about your guys' investments that you put towards for whatever, fun, work, play, whatever the fuck you want to do it for. And I genuinely do give a shit about at least calling out some form of unfair type practices towards this, towards the internet medium, as to say. Not only is this bad in cryptocurrency size, where it gets linked to a lot of shady shit anyways, you're going to have it linked to the shady internet type practice where people's CPUs are being put to full load just so some fucker can profit off of it in some way, shape, or form. Again, I don't have a moral issue if you're telling people, but again, like most websites and applications that are touting this free bullshit, that are doing this, are effectively getting the better end of the deal, and I just wish that the end user knows a little bit more about this. And I care a lot too, because at the end of the day, a lot of people that are using the internet are pretty fucking unintelligent towards a lot of the innate issues around it. And I feel that grandma or grandpa or anybody that doesn't really know too much should at least know about this and know that the investments that they're putting towards are being used at full load by people who are getting, again, the better end of the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, a little quick PSA over here. I know I've been all over the place, but look up what I'm talking about. Take this as a warning and take care of your stuff, and be mindful of what type of site you're visiting for. There are free extensions available for your web browsers, such as I think NoCoin for Google Chrome, and I believe equivalents exist for other sites, which actually even allow you to pause it or whitelist it for certain websites if you do want to allow it for websites that are doing this morally right. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of your shit. Watch out for people who are taking advantage of your systems. This is me, Mudahar. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.